This is the era where we transform the system. We're watching the landscape and the systems really change. Hudson Link has been a huge part of why those changes are happening, and we're really well positioned to walk those systems into a new era, more focused on justice.
This is our national era. As this launched 27 years ago in New York, the dream was always to try to be in a few different facilities. And I remember saying, hey, if you could do this at Sing Sing, you could do this anywhere. Now what we're seeing is Mississippi, Tennessee, North Carolina, Maine. Sometimes it just takes somebody believing that this is actually possible here.
The community started out as a newsletter to about 200 people. The initial seed funding was $150 from Hudson Link, actually. We had, over time, became the most widely read publication in the Wisconsin prison system. The holistic nature of what Hudson Link has done has, for me, been a guide. An example is set, there's a place to go and learn things from and get feedback from, and to point to and say that this is happening, it's successful, it's needed. Being aware of that experience and that resilience and that knowledge that an organization who has been there before you is huge. Hudson Link, for me, is a leader in this space and always will be.
Early on in our work, Hudson Link provided incredible, invaluable support. I don't think there's any way that THEI would be where it is today without Hudson Link.
I came to Ossining and Hudson Link when I was designing our reentry program. I was able to learn how they did housing and was able to come back in Tennessee and create 3 houses like they have. So our educational programming, our reentry programming, and our housing programming is all modeled after Hudson Link. It's kind of set a national standard on how programs can be ran.
Right now, we're seeing a huge expansion in the number of institutions who are getting involved in prison education. We're watching a lot of new programs open up across the country, and we know what it's like to be a new program. And so we started to think about how can we take what we know about a holistic approach to serving alumni and bring it to a lot of the providers who are just starting to get into this work. We're going to find organizations across the country who are doing higher ed and prison work and need support building out their reentry efforts.
We're also re-granting. They not only get our services, get our help from formerly incarcerated scholars that are in the field that are helping you replicate, but also we're bringing money to help you do it.
I don't want to be the only organization paying students rent so that they can concentrate on their classes. I don't want to be the only organization buying students textbooks, paying their tuition. I want that to be an industry standard. I want us to have to innovate even farther because everybody is providing really, really excellent reentry services.
This is my hope era. Systems of oppression and systems of harm rely upon separation. So the liberation part is not just the degree coordination and the reentry support. The liberation is also creating this web of organizations that can continue to support people.
When I started doing this work in 2008, there were 70,000 people incarcerated in New York. Today, the number is under 30,000. If we can see numbers like that across the country, the system just getting smaller and smaller because people are healing and moving on with their lives and never going back to the system unless it's to help get someone else out with them, that would just be the most beautiful feeling in the world.